Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for tuning in. Today we're going to be making chile rellenos. We're going to start off by rinsing the chiles, making sure you have a hot comal ready to go. So after you rinse them, you just pop them right onto the comal and they can start getting a nice toasted look on the outside. You're gonna see me do this with all the chiles. In the meantime, I just want to check in with everyone, see how everyone's doing with this whole craziness that's going on in the world. Pretty crazy times that we're living in, right? Who knew that toilet paper would be so sacred nowadays? But again, just putting the chiles on the comal. We're gonna let them get a nice burned look on the outside is what you're going for. And this is what your chile should be looking like right about now. This is like the first flip that I gave them. Obviously, if you don't feel safe turning them with your hands, please use like tongs or a fork or something. Don't burn yourself. And then here, while those are cooking, I'm going to be slicing up some onions. And then your chiles, you just want to be conscious of them. Make sure you're flipping them around. You don't want one side to get too burned or one to not get cooked enough. The best thing with these chiles, if you can find them flatter, the better. I know that sounds weird because, their chiles are going to grow however they want. But it's just so they cook more evenly. I had a bit that weren't too flat, but they came out fine. It was great. But again, just keep flipping them. And then while those are still cooking, I'm going to cut up some tomatoes for a sauce. And then here again, just going over the chiles, making sure they're okay. The chiles are like your main thing that you want to look for. Everything else that we're doing is extra. So take care of the chiles. And then here you're going to put them in a plastic bag. You're going to let them sit. You're going to let them sweat. And the reason why is because we're going to peel all that burned skin off of them in a bit. Any plastic bag will work. Now here what I'm doing is I'm going to be separating my egg whites from my egg yolks. And I'm going to be whisking them together. If you have a hand mixer, this step is going to be so much easier. I guarantee you that 100%. But I don't have one. So I'm using a hand mixer. I added some pepper and some garlic salt to them. And you just want them, you want like a soft peak type of whip ready to go. And then you're going to dip your chiles after you stuff them with cheese. I only use cheese this time because, again, I'm trying to make them keto friendly or a low carb version. So I only use cheese. Normally, I boil some potatoes and then I put the cheese with it, some salt and pepper, and that's normally my stuffing. That's how my mom makes them. Everyone makes them different. But for the video, I just went ahead and used only cheese to make them keto friendly. And then what I'm doing here, I had a small bowl so I couldn't fit the entire chile. So what I did with the egg whites, I took some out with a fork and I just poured it right over. And you're just going to let them cook until you get a nice golden brown look on the chili. And then a little trick, if there's those hard to reach places, use a spoon and then just like pour the hot oil over and it'll cook as well. That's something my mom taught me since I was very young. So it works pretty much with anything. If you're making like sunny side eggs, you can use that as well. And again, just flip your chiles once you get a nice golden brown look on one side, and you're just going to let them cook. I'm not going to lie, I was pretty scared and worried that the cheese was going to make a mess and just pretty much spill on the outside. But once you flip it on the side that you inserted everything, the cheese stays in there because it cooks and it makes a nice hold, which that was really, really cool. I did not think they were going to hold the way that they did. And here I'm going to start. So I had sliced up some onions and I diced up some garlic. And what I'm doing here now is I'm just going to put them in some hot oil and I'm going to saute them until they're this like transparent looking color. And then what I have on the side is a tomato sauce. It's literally tomatoes and like a quarter of a cup of water. And I just blended them together. And this is going to make a sauce. And normally what my mom would do is she adds a little bit of flour to thicken it up so the sauce isn't too watery. But again, we're trying to stay away from flour. So we're not using the flour Just like on the chiles, normally I would dip them in flour first and then the egg white, so the egg white batter holds better. But here we go. So this is what the chiles look like after they're cooked. Here we still got the onions going. They're still cooking. I made a lot. It's all to preference. The thing about Mexican food is all to preference. So if you wanted more garlic, do more than 2 cloves of garlic like I did. Or if you want less onion, maybe only do 1. I did 1.5. If you want less tomato, or if you wanted to use tomato sauce, you could do that as well. We've done that as well too. And then what I flavor the sauce with was with pepper and then some chicken bouillon, or suiza is what my mom calls it. And then again, it's all to taste. So it's whatever seasoning that you like. So if you like a lot of nor, use more. If you like less, use less. Please, by all means, customize it to the way that you like. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to let it simmer. You're going to let it cook for a few minutes. At this point, if you don't want to put the chiles in the sauce, you don't have to. You can serve them separately. But it was Friday night and I was hungry and I really wanted them, the way my mom makes them. So I ended up putting the chiles in the sauce and just let them submerge there. This is kind of what they look like. You let them simmer in that and this is your end result. I just had some cauliflower rice to go with it. And that's it, you guys. Oh, and here's Logan. He just wanted to say hi in this video. He's a good little boy. Say hi. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, or if you guys want to see other recipes, please leave them down in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to try them. Thanks, guys, and stay well.